the set.
44 is the mic. Here we go, here we go. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Check 26, check 26.
Now the first carry here for Todd Gurley. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
A loss of 2 there, second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
And now a hook up downfield on second down. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 40.
The beauty of route running is it doesn't matter what position, everyone's doing the same thing. In this case, tight end, selling the vertical route. Get the defensive back on his heels, break off for the corner. With good timing, you get a completion as we just saw there.
Good yardage there for the Colts. 18 and a first down. That's his longest run of the first quarter. And, Charles, we talked before the game about them needing to establish the run game. They'll be looking for more of that.
And they got to the perimeter. So that tells me that that's part of the game plan of what they want to get done today. So they'll have some complimentary runs where he'll run it to the inside. But it appears that when they want the big yardage, they think they can get to the outside and make it happen.
And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Hey, alert 3, alert 3. Kill.
Get it.
Now on second down, this is Gurley. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Alert flag. Hey, switch gears.
61, matchbox lights.
Let's go, Heavy. Let's go.
Look, squeeze.
Let's go, Heavy. What you got, Heavy? Give me
Five. Speed trip.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, they took the shot, didn't get it, and there's definitely a difference here because they had a chance to get 7, maybe 8 if they pushed it. Instead, they'll likely settle for 3.
Yeah, opening drive, holding him to 3. Psychologically, maybe a win for the defense. And his kick is good. And the Colts hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. Able to move the ball on that drive. Yes, just 3 points, but 4 first downs were in there.
Yeah, and you can look at it and feel pretty good about the whole thing and think, okay, this should continue throughout this ball game. On the flip side, if you're a defender, it's almost like, whew, we only gave up 3. They moved the ball on us pretty well.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air. There's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go now. 30 pace. Let's go. Keep it up. 25. Check 80 weapon.
Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
And a nice spin into some open field. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down. Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 18 big yards on that one and a Denver first. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Now Mostert. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. This is Hines. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
And prior to this 3rd and 2 play, we're going to get a timeout call. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On 3rd down, Hines. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Nyheim Hines, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos have taken the lead. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Gurley again here on first down. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They try right side here. Gurley. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36. You talked about the need for them to establish the run early. They've been able to do that here in the first half.
And that means that the whole offense has adopted that attitude and that persona. We're going to take care of this young quarterback. Let's all get together and run it and take the pressure off.
Now Gurley. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Switch.
No, go.
On third down, they'll run it with Gurley. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves him with a 4th down now. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. He hit his first. Now this one from 48 yards away. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division, looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the
hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. Harold Landry in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
You've called plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum, my man?
I do, and I think we're seeing it right here.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on. How about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago, and another one right here. Oh, he's feeling it in a big way.
On second down, it's Hines, and they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up.
Red, 8, green. 36. Better bring it. You better bring it. Ready.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Love. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Jalen Hurd, the intended receiver.
Here we go, set, 30 base. Go. Hey, drop in. Go.
Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. That good for 19 and a 1st down.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
On 1st and goal, Gurley. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. Well, earlier this half, you were wondering how they were going to defend him. I think you used the term bottle him up at different levels. They've struggled to do that.
They certainly have, because when you see them approach, in order to bottle him up at different levels, that front line's got to take care of business. Otherwise, he starts to sift through.
Gurley. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. This defense bending but not breaking. It's a gain of 3. It's now 4th and goal. Interesting, a chip shot field goal here would give them the lead, but instead, they're going on 4th down. They'll try the ground game with Jackson, and he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Justin Jackson, his first touchdown on the year, and the Colts are going to jump back in front. Extra point right down the middle, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s. Back-to-back, what a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. On second down now, it's Hines, and he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Delta. Watch twits. Watch twits.
Hey, Mike 50, Mike 50.
From the gun, Love. He's going to air one out. And that'll be incomplete as it's knocked away. But a penalty flag is down. So who's this going to be on? So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Love. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, 3rd down.
Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Mike 53. 53, Mike.
Ready, go!
From the gun, Love letting one go deep for the end zone. And incomplete, almost intercepted. Had a great shot at picking that off in the end zone. And now 4th down. Marr able to put this one through. And that will cut the lead back down to 3 at 13-10. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
After the made field goal, Marr back out there to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play because here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Check 13.
Whip ball out. Watch the whip.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And some room to roam now. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
It's a gain of 20. First down, Colts.
So on the heels of the run by Todd Gurley, another 1st and 10.
Slam. Out.
Protein spill. Hey, stand up.
They'll throw now on the final play. They'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
A gain of 21 yards. And the Colts first down.
And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout.
We play to win. Let's go.
So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, this from 46. Oh, nope, never had a chance. Well to the right, no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So we've hit halftime, just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Short kick here, fielded about the 17. And an alley to run. And now look at him go. And all the way home for a Broncos score. That's an 83-yard kick return touchdown. And the Broncos have once again taken the lead.
We've sat in a lot of meetings, and they always talk about the offense taking advantage of beginning a half. So special teams coaches don't listen to that. They want to take advantage with their own unit, and they just did.
Yeah, they trailed in the locker rooms, and they changed that immediately.
I think they drew that one up special. That felt like something he pulled out of his pocket that he'd been holding for a while, and they were able to use it effectively.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Here's Gurley. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Looking to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit the sack to Vita Vea. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
It's taken to the 26. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Broncos take over. First down and 10. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field.
Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Nyheim Hines, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Broncos push further out in front. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. 2nd and 13. Catch made here by Campbell. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one, a gain of 20 and a first down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Alert 3. He's coming, he's coming, he's coming. We got top one down.
Back to the workhorse today. It's Gurley. Give the tackle to Hassan Reddick.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Heavy on the edges, heavy on the edges. Big air. 80 weapons. Fire.
2nd and 6. Flushed out right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. DeMarcus Lawrence. What a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. The Colts send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And coming off a one-play drive, it was so deflating for the defense. What's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. He's got a first down past the 30. And he'll take this all the way up to the 38-yard line. 22 yards there, a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Off the play fake. Love. On the move to his left. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
I'm coming, baby. I'm coming, baby.
Off play action. Love. He sets to fire deep. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. It's the fullback. His second touchdown on the season. And the Broncos turn that interception into a touchdown. Marr on for the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it winds us down to the end of the third quarter. Welcome back now to Denver. It's the Colts, so they've got the football, but they've got work to do, trailing here as we begin the fourth quarter. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Jet bomber.
Again they run with Gurley. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Only a yard of the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down.
It's a gain of a yard. And it's third down.
The Colts on third down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. He'll look to throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Jonathan Jones that time, the one who got a hand in, knocked it away. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of ccredit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
They'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Let's go one more.
They run the counter. Hines. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Nyheim Hines, his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 16 on the season. And the Broncos push further out in front. Marr now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The Colts on 3rd down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Shift. Ready.
They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. Well, I don't think Gurley got there. Looks like the defense held him back. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. The run defense, they have been porous at times today, but not that last go-around.
No, they really tightened it up, didn't they? They finally got themselves a win because all game long we've seen them get gashed. This time they played the responsibilities, played their keys, and made a nice stop.
But now here's a deep shot that's complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. He'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Nick Bosa, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Now it's Gurley. Only 2 yards on the pickup there, and now they're looking at a long 3rd down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Let's pick it up. It's our time, guys. Our time. Let's get off the
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking for Campbell downfield. And this is caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Set, 8, lead.
Hey, let's get
Topper.
You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there.
They'll try and push it in with Gurley. And he is not going to get through here on try number 1. They stop him at the goal line. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got it 2nd and goal as they look for a late touchdown. 2nd and 1. And that one's complete to Gurley. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. Third down and goal. This Denver defense trying to hold up for one more play. They'll try to run this one in. And he takes it in for a Colts score. Todd Gurley with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Colts are able to draw a bit closer. Point after, right down the middle. And that will get them one closer. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all three timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. A good run on first down. It's got it very close to the line to gain, just shy of the 35.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Ready, set.
53, Mike. They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready.
Alpha.
Y'all playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong football.
Let's go, let's go. Here we got Mike, number 2.
Here's Hines. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Colts will use their third and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now a toss play. It's Hines. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
61. Matchbox.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
On 2nd down, it's Hines. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally taken down at the 20-yard line.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
There's Mostert, and that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. Room here to run. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better